Dan here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how, as a business, you can make the most of your existing expertise. And from the freelance side, how you can actually work with businesses to do this. So one company that I've been looking at lately is Small Robot Company. And these guys are based in the UK. And what they're trying to do is reimagine the future of arable farming. And unsurprisingly, as they see it, this involves a suite of small robots. So these guys have designed and put into use a suite of robots, Tom, Dick and Harry, which work at the level of the individual crop. So whereas traditional agriculture is going down the route of more industrialization, bigger vehicles, more inputs in search of marginal gains in efficiency, Small Robot are saying, look, we need to completely reorient the whole model away from the field level of arable farming and bring it back down to the level of caring and cultivating the individual crop, so the per plant model. And I think what's so interesting about these guys is they're actually out there in the field doing it. And when you look at their work, they've clearly spent a lot of time speaking to farmers, listening to farmers, and actually creating something that seems quite useful and profitable for the farming community. So I had a look at their website and went onto their YouTube, and they've got all of these videos about what they do. And they also have a TEDx talk, which isn't on their YouTube channel because I think for copyright reasons. So we have a look at the TEDx talk. Does that want to load? Let's have a look. So this is by their founder, a chap called Ben Scott Robinson. And I watched the whole talk yesterday. It's really worth just understanding a bit more about this business. You know, and as a freelancer, if you are interested in a business, you do actually have to do proper research. You can't just skim through everything and regurgitate this kind of shallow summary of what they're doing. So there's all this information that Ben has in this talk, and at the moment it's kind of stuck in the video. So one way to kind of start extracting more value is to repurpose existing content onto new platforms and new mediums. And speaking of medium, I actually wrote a case study based on Ben's TEDx talk last night. So this is about 500 words, and this could sit as an evergreen article on LinkedIn or on their website, rather than being buried in YouTube. And then you would want to put a call to action at the end of this saying, look, if you're interested in what we do, work with us, contact Ben or contact our sales team. So I'll be sending this over to Small Robot just as a gift, really. And when I was writing this, one of the taglines that kind of stood out was this small, accurate and precise model which they're pursuing, well, which they're creating basically from the ground up. So that needs to say precise. So this was the kind of theme in the writing that kind of stood out to me. And there's other things we could do with this. So one company that I really like, who have very good information about what they do, is a fintech called Thought Machine. So these guys have a section on their website called Rethinking, and they have their webcasts, their white papers, their videos, all in one place. And it all kind of relates together to help explain what they're doing and why it's valuable. So there's a lot of information, but it's presented in quite a clear and easy to access way. So one way we could kind of make use of this information, we could take our case study and we could split that into smaller articles for LinkedIn, smaller posts for LinkedIn, maybe 100 to 200 words. Each of those posts we could create a kind of banner or an image for that post and use that tagline there. change the copy for each of them and start creating a set of assets for this particular topic. We could go further, we could go in the other direction. So we could go from, we've gone from video to writing or written. And then we can go from article to post. And then we could go from article to white paper. I would say that that's actually one word, but there we go. So we could change the amount of information that we're providing. So a white paper might look something like, this is the thought machine work. This, in my opinion, is a bit long, but it's quite a technical subject, 12 pages. So here are some white papers that I'm just exploring for a different business, and just some of the ideas there. This kind of suite of documents. And these are quite short. These are about 2 or 3 pages long. So this is a way to start quickly iterating the expertise into some evergreen content. And these could be lead magnets for sales, or just useful information that you send out to help pre-qualify clients. So looking at Small Robot, that's kind of how I would approach working with them to create this architecture of value from their existing content. So there's no need to be reinventing the wheel in all the copy. We can use what's already here. There's a lot of good content here. So yeah, I hope that's been useful. And if you have any questions, just go on my website, send me an email, let me know, and I'll hear from you soon.